Q&A Tuesday. Yeah. That's all we got. This is from Natalie in Switzerland, and Natalie writes, Dear Marie, do you ever get consumed by stress? And if you do, how do you turn that stressiness into another energy? Thank you and lots of love. Natalie, this is an awesome question, so thank you so much for asking it. Every single successful person I know, including myself, has their own challenges with stress. So before I tell you how I handle it, I think it's really important that we break down stress and really look at what it is. Stress is something that happens when we get overwhelmed by things happening in our life. And if you break that down even further, the only time we experience stress is when we leave the present moment and we get caught up worrying about possible future scenarios that may or may not even happen. In fact, one of my favorite quotes that describes this is by Mark Twain, and Mark Twain says, I have known a great many troubles, but most of them never happened. Booyah, Mark Twain. First, I want to share 2 truths that help me immediately stop being in stress mode and shift into something more productive like action. So the first truth is something I love saying, you may have heard it before, everything is figure-outable. Everything. So if you find yourself stressing out, you gotta slow down, get out of your head, and get into the moment. Anything can be solved if you break it down into a series of steps and just follow 1, 2, 3, and 4 and handle the problem. Most stress is initiated in our minds. That's where 99% of stress lives. So if you get out of your head, get out of your mind, get into the present moment, that's where all of your power and control exists, and you can handle anything from that space. The key is to stop stressing and start engaging. Take a look at what you can do right now. Sometimes it's a physical action, like having a conversation or making a phone call, and other times it's a spiritual action. You need to just slow down and maybe have a little prayer time. Ask for some guidance and some wisdom and some insight from whatever higher source you believe in. Here's the other truth that I live by. Nothing is worth getting stressed out over. Haven't you noticed that everything always seems to work out in the end? In my experience, every time I freak myself out and get stressed over something, somehow it always works out. So stress only makes you less effective, and honestly, stress is poison to your productivity. Now, here's a more direct answer to your question about how I personally handle stress. So what I do is I like to kind of cut it off at the knees. I've put 3 daily habits in place, things that I do every single day that eliminate stress before it even happens. First thing that I do, my daily meditation practice. I used to not be a very big fan of meditation, but I have to tell you, lately it's been working like a champ. You can Google meditation, there's lots of different techniques, but essentially I sit for anywhere between 10 and 20 minutes every day before I do anything else, clear out my vessel, and I'm good to go. The second thing that I do is I eat super clean. So I've talked about Chris Carr's Crazy Sexy Diet before. It is my Bible. I have eliminated 99% of dairy. I eat a lot of vegetables, drinking a lot of green juice, eliminated most caffeine, just eating super clean. And I'll tell you, if you don't think that what you put into your body affects your stress, you are sadly mistaken, my love. And the third thing that I do that completely eliminates stress before it even comes up is daily exercise. Now, I have to tell you, I know a little something about teaching people how to exercise.
Here we go. We take it to the right for 4 and to the left for 4. Do it again. Take them up. Squeeze. Lean down into that lunge. Make it nice and funky. Good. 3. Really control it. Really go for it. Shimmy back. Here we go. We sit right for 2. Good. Double lunge right here.
That's what we got for your Q&A Tuesday, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Please like it if you like it. Leave a comment. Let me know if you have other ideas, tips, or strategies around how you handle stress. And last but not least, if you are not yet on the newsletter list, you better get your butt on there, yo. Come over to marieforleo.com and join myself and close to 40,000 other women from over 108 countries around the world getting rich, happy, and hot every single week. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.
African arms to the right, African arms to the left. Mambo.